Good morning. I slept like a baby last night. Very good night of sleep. I mean, it's kind of hard not to when the low was something like 42 degrees and I've got this awesome white noise of the creek behind me. The sun's just now coming up over that mountain you can see behind me, but this campsite is just incredible. I love it. I'll show you around. This is where I have my tent. Really nice flat spot for my tent, and I'm in like the very back of the campground. There is a privy right through there, or it's a pit toilet, not really a privy, it's actually a pit toilet, and there's some garbage cans out in front of it. And this is the back of this campground where you'll cross a little part of the creek, cross some water to get back to it, and all of the sites back here are awesome. So I'll just give you a quick example. My closest neighboring site is right here, and they're also on the creek. The vast majority of the campsites through here are right on the creek. There's another really nice one. You can kind of see right through here. A lot of flat space. They actually have a bear box for food. My campsite lacks that, but it's all good. A little cold for bears, but I'm always careful. But it's really pretty down here. There's the pit toilet. And then my campsite, which like I said, sort of in the very back here. It's really nice. Definitely, this is my favorite site in this whole campground, though there are many, many close seconds. Lots of good camping here. But I'm able to get my truck kind of right back here to get unloaded, which is nice. Nice flat spot for my tent. I'm right here on the creek, which is just beautiful. Of course, I've got a nice fire ring. And this fire ring actually has the little grate that you can flip over, so I might mess around and get me a ribeye or something to cook over that. I usually keep it rather simple when I'm on trips like this, but when I have something like that and I'm gonna build a fire anyway, if I can score a good ribeye, that may happen. But it is just so pretty down here. Right up through there's actually a trail, and you can't really see it in the camera. You can see a little bit of a cascade of a fall, but there is a much better view if I walk through a trail right here, which I'm gonna go check out in here just a second. Had to take my jacket off as soon as I started walking around. I was getting kind of warm, which is a very good problem to have in January. But let's go check this waterfall out. Can already start to see some cascades, and we're literally just past the campsite. Really cool. But it definitely gets better from here. So it's kind of a sketchy trail, but do my best not to fall. Be hard to get a slip and fall check from the federal government. At least I'm assuming it would be. I'm sure somebody's tried though. This is going to be sketchier going down than coming up. These roots are slick. Having to navigate some fallen trees, but I'm almost here. Oh yeah. This is pretty. Check this out. This is really cool. Right behind the campsite. Look at this big waterfall again. Bigger waterfall. No huge waterfall, but it really is cool. All right, guys. I'm going to make my way out of here now. My plan for today, I've decided, is that I'm going to check more out here in this local area. Here in northern Georgia, the more I looked at Gaia last night, the more excited I got. There's just so much cool stuff. My one rule for today, though, is I'm not going to go on any single road that I've been on before. So I'm going to keep it all new to me anyways. There's so much. There are so many waterfalls and stuff marked and cool looking roads that you can tell by. I've got the contour lines on my maps. You can tell that they're really cool roads. They zig and zag, go through the mountains, and hopefully they come across some cool stuff. Anyway, it'll be a lot of fun to explore. And I was right. Going down is much sketchier than going up. It's damp down here. We hit the dew point last night, so the ground is like saturated. So it's pretty slick down here. And I'm not used to any kind of elevation, so I'm breathing heavy. But anyways, that's the plan for today. I'm going to check out some stuff. I've got some areas of interest highlighted on my GPS file, and I'm gonna go check them out. Really looking forward to it. Before I get out of here, I want to take a moment to appreciate just how green everything still is down here. For some reason in my mind, I thought that it was just going to be, the trees were going to be barren, and it's January. Well, all the leaves are off of the trees, which is true, but being in this low-lying area, that's reason number 4,312 why I love this campsite. It just happens to be in a low-lying area, but it is so green here still. There are a lot of evergreens right here in the campground, and there's all this rhododendron kind of along the creek. But even here at the campsite, I mean, just look beyond my tent how much green there still is. Lots of evergreens, so it's still, you still feel like you're really in the woods. It's not the green tunnel that the summer is, but still lots of green. I love it. All right, just made it to the end of Sarah's Creek Road. Well, I don't know if it's actually Sarah's Creek Road or not, but it's the road that you go down if you go out the back of Sarah's Creek Campground. But it just came to an end. Big turnaround area down here. If you've lost your Ozark Trail sleeping bag, I might have located it. But it looks like the road used to go through here, but there is a sign that says it's closed to vehicles. This would be pretty gnarly. I guarantee people still do it though, because, you know, the rules don't apply to them. But I'm sure it's like a kind of used by the Forest Service if they were to need to for fire or anything like that. All right. This was a lot of fun. Now I get to do it in the opposite direction. There were a few places where it crossed the creek, which was neat. A couple of cool little watering holes if you came down here in warmer temperatures. Wanted to bring the kids down, or just you and the lady or whatever. A lot of places, well, I say a lot, 2 or 3 really nice places that you can easily access the creek, but really pretty down here. Looking forward to doing the road in the opposite direction. jury is back, and that road is for sure in better condition than it was the last time I attempted it a couple of years ago, which is cool. I'm really glad that I got to go all the way down it. Really fun road, It was pretty washed out in sections. Got to cross the creek a few times, probably 3 or 4 times. Really fun little road. A couple of little, like you saw, little stealth camping opportunities if you're into that. But it was really cool to have that right here, literally pretty much as a part of this Ceres Creek campground. That was an awesome road. Really enjoyed it. Glad I was able to accomplish it this time. But I'm going to make my way out of the campground now, and first thing I need to do is get fuel. I rolled into town last night with about 1/4 of a tank. Obviously I had plenty of fuel to do that Ceres Creek trail, and I have like a 6-gallon reserve tank in the truck, so I wasn't worried about it for this morning. But I want to do some more exploring this afternoon, so I'm going to go ahead and top off my fuel and see what else I can find in this area.